Hi, my name is Corte Suber, and I'm here to discuss my project proposal for the class of CSI 560 Applied Analytics project for the fall of 2021. The company that I chose was AlonTree, and this is my project proposal. AlonTree works with stroke survivors. They actually want to be called heroes because they go through a miraculous time of rehabilitating themselves after post strokes, and they prefer to be called heroes, especially because the CEO and founder of this company is a stroke hero. So it just really is eye opening when you go through their website to discover all the things that he's gone through and the miraculous strides that he's made with his company. So here I put their first kind of mission statement that you would find in their story. AlonTree Company helps stroke heroes increase their quality of life by designing and providing stroke recovery devices that are easy to use, affordable, and attractive. And as you go through their website, you can clearly see all of the different devices that they have and the things that they use to help stroke victims regain that cognitive ability to retrain their nervous systems to use the different limbs that were impacted when they occurred their strokes. And these products were specifically designed to last much longer than the products that you would find at a typical recovery center that break and become unusable in the over the course of the rehabilitation process. So the company is really looking at trying to develop some analytical tools to help them understand advertising and other impacts within the company to help them grow and understand the nuances of growing their company and the outside factors that will help influence and grow their company. The data interpretation, all the data that I will receive and access is through Google Analytics, which I currently already have access to. We had a first meeting yesterday, August 26, 2021, at 12 o'clock to about 12:30 yesterday. And post that meeting, I was given access to the Google Analytics and the data of AlonTree. So I'm able to see all the data that comes through for their company and how Google Analytics is currently set up right now. They do have some foundational pieces, but my job is to make sure we grow and adapt some of those foundational pieces into usable, functioning, and informative pieces for the company, for the CEO and the operations manager. The CEO, of course, is Alcon, and the operations manager, who is my main contact, is Nick Rambo. So I'll be conversing with those two to really iron out and establish the main resources, reports, and dashboards that they would find when they open up their Google Analytics tool to ascertain some of the information that they're looking for. Within this meeting, we discussed that some of the main areas of concern are, of course, that advertising piece, so they can understand which advertising campaigns work best for this company and which ones do not. So looking at the competitors, because some of the competitors actually use Google Analytics, so being able to pertain what they do well and exploit some of those successes and utilize some of the key areas and holes that they are not using and using them for Alcorn's gain. And also opening and exploring some of the demographics that weren't readily adaptable before. So going through that and understanding some of that will be some of the key factors. And then as we go through the 3-month process, we will add in new products, new campaigns, so we can kind of see the reporting across the board. The timetable that we have, as I just expressed a little bit earlier, is we'll have a 3-month window to work through some of the report writing, the dashboard creation, and just making sure that they're foundational and and essential pieces of information are established and maintained, and that they're able to go forward with the applications and reports that I've provided for them, and that they're able to either edit, or as they add in new products and new campaigns, they can see how those are expressed through those reports that I will be able to provide for them. There isn't a set timetable and time frame for the deliverables. However, there is an expectation upon myself, and I believe with also the operations manager and CEO, of a weekly to bi-weekly basis of understanding what new reports that I'm working on, and kind of the detailed information of what this report that I've made and how it works, and the nuances of those reports and dashboards that I will be making for them. Excuse me. The testing of reports will be done weekly through my own means, and just making sure that everything is running smoothly, and I am accounting for all the informational pieces that are running through the Google Analytics tool. And then I will make sure that I'll give the communication to the product manager, Nick, and the CEO, Alcon, or if not, Alcon is not. If he's not within the meeting itself, then the project manager, Nick, will get it to the development team as well. And then also with my project sponsor as well. And lastly, some of the goals, obviously, is just to make sure that these deliverables, reports, and dashboards that I am creating for this team, or this company, AlonTree, is used to improve the customer's needs and wants, and understanding what the potential growth and future outlook of the company will be, and how it can utilize some of those demographics, advertisements, and competitor analytics, and grow that company in accordance, and making sure that I've supplied them with everything that they need to utilize all that information going forward, and they're not struggling like they were before I entered this project. And then the only constraint that I see, that I don't really think would be a constraint, but I would like to mention, is the hours of contact for my main contacts and the other operational team, is that they're not always in the office on a typical Monday through Friday. They are kind of part-time, depending on, I guess, possibly because of the COVID situation that's going on. So they're not consistently in the office, so their hours and days that they work vary from week to week. So just making sure that I keep that constant communication to know when they're available, and making sure that things don't get too confusing or get lost in translation. So just making sure that line of communication is always understood, and making sure that I know what their hours of operation are. And as far as the project proposal, this is the end portion, and I don't have any other additional information to provide at this time, but as I gain additional information, I will express that through my weekly updates from our project sponsor, operations manager, and CEO as well. Thank you for listening, and I hope to talk to you soon.